Okay, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Buddhism, Book of the Dead. Those books are confusing. When you look at them, it's like there's no spirit or anything that you can realize. It's because they are a vitamin D advanced, highlighted, envisioned blueprint to the rabbis originally. They are those visions. The reason why those rabbis can perceive those because they are natural writers, and writing comes with transcript and alphabets comes from the great plant of life, which is marijuana, cannabis, or ganja, or kafu. It's like the manual to our existence when you smoke or eat or drink it. And money is our lonesome, those people that you read in the book that worked in establishing currency and wealth and money and ended up becoming technologies. When everything turns bad, remember, especially sexually, physically, or financially, or like your well-being, your health, your mental health, or your physical health. The reason why those books are dropped is because I was the original to smoke marijuana or cannabis or kafu, right? 4,000 years ago. And the mental health people, the doctors, or maybe like the how can I say? Like the ones perceiving me famous or the Christian, tutu, they might thought I was crazy. It's because I got voices in me of people, of real people talking to me. But if you are not conscious to hear those auditory thoughts, you never trust me. You think I'm crazy because your span of memory, your chronology span of memory, and the span of your rational thinking is short, very short. which is ridiculous. Okay, so the trees don't have what you could say a soul like a human, because a soul is like, you know, what identifies you from your rationale or your meaning or your reasoning every day, depending on astrology, astrophysics, or universal existence. And believe me, the universe is like, is where feminine lives. It's their world, it's their portal. It's where we perceive in movies. Everywhere you perceive in movies. But the trees, like I said, they move the way they move, fluctuating from span of litige, which is the ensemble of actions, and lettre, what we can produce from our actions, which is lettre, what we can produce from our actions is lettre, that has either reflection, repercussion, perception, entertainment, knowledge, or technology. Yeah, yeah. Trees are like the placenta, not gratte-ciel. Gratte-ciel is where all the smoke are stored. And when you die is because you are not aware of your surrounding. You are not aware of the real truth. The real truth I want to tell you. The reason why you die is financial reason. The reason why you might be unhealthy is either HIV or or AIDS, I'm sorry to say. But the positivity of that is that HIV is when you have sexual encounters, but that are a nugget chunk of bad emotional habits, of negative conversations, negative, arrogant, like, or you were, which is related to how you were conscious coming back to life, and how you were conscious coming back to life depends on your awareness of those spirituality, and your awareness of the spirituality is what the plant, the manual of life plant, which is cannabis, marijuana, or some people depends on the version of white folks is like the plant of cocaine to them is healthy, and it don't make them look a certain way, right? And you want to know what's uh, the hours through alphabets, basically. The hours are mimicking all the books of religion. They are mimicking the solar deed, deeds or deeds, blind spot from its solar mirror effect reflective to you or to anyone as it pertains to reasonable doubt of highlighting your your well-being furthermore in days coming. They are like the DNA moving to remind you, and it's stored in oxygen. Enter the matrix. The reason why you die is unfortunately because your name or your signature ID is the central plate, like Tupac said, of your core holy, which is all your holes of oxygen, like mathematics is oxygen. How it deflect its mesh appearance, the way it looks, the letters of your name, which is like the branch of oxygen, oh sorry, the branch of trees, to establish all your, which is your ears, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth, and your sexuality and baculum to spot you with each other, to spot each other's through everything we're gonna create. You see, it's for progress, like she said. I'm teaching online. Good job. I'm not bothering you now. You're going to the washroom. Okay. And telepathy, sorry, or reading minds comes from feminine principle because she's the word. In those books, those religious books, really nobody really made them. They are a figure of imaginative breakthrough since humans were able to produce mathematical and alphabetical tools. And time and metric of it, which is transcript, intellectual or metric event, which is time, will eventually produce those books in rabbis because they got the presence of it, and presence is powers, and powers is anything you're good for. Okay, and the way I know that those things about trees and how sacred they are, and it comes from like one time I was constructing, like a long time ago. I was constructing a house like last very generation ago, and when I constructed a house, I heard they told me where the toilet was, and as I was digging to do the toilet, I heard voices of people. And I was saying to my like, it's not the neighbors, but I hear people, and I thought to myself, oh, that's another word. But no, that's not the word, but that's another environment that is naked to the eye. That's where they usually put toilets. And the tree's miracle is that I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna get you a perspective. I'm in the fourth floor. We are here. In the third floor, you take the elevator. It could be another environment. It could be another country, seasonal, layer, naked to the eye.